Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to go over my experience with Visible. I've had them for about 6 months now. I switched from US Cellular back in January. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so this is going to be kind of a experience with their network out here. I didn't have very good coverage with US Cellular out here. Not many of you guys are probably going to be familiar if you're not the Midwest area, but US Cellular is a very regional carrier that is currently being acquired by T-Mobile. I was locked into a 36-month contract with them, and I was only about 8 months in when I switched to Visible. So I'm going to kind of explain to you my experience with purchasing my phone and buying out that contract, and then also my experience switching after. Let me just get into it. My cell phone bill with US Cellular was outrageous. So on their basic plan, I was receiving my iPhone 15 for free, but my cell phone bill was $70 per month. Now, I did have the insurance on it originally with the Apple Care and Assurion insurance. So originally, I think my cell phone bill was in the upwards of $90 for just their basic plan and the insurance. And then my cell phone was free. And then plus my taxes and fees. So anywhere between $90 to $95 per month. After I canceled my insurance on there, it dropped down to about $70 per month plus taxes and fees. By January, I was kind of fatigued by just my experience with the company. I was just getting very spotty coverage in Milwaukee. There was times where I was driving around and I would just drop coverage, and then I would have to quickly restart my phone and see if I was able to pick up a signal again. And I was just getting really frustrated because I was like, okay, I have so many more months left on this contract with them. I had 28 months left when I purchased my phone and switched. So there was just no way that I could see myself lasting another 28 months with that company. That's just unrealistic for any company, honestly. Locking you in for that long, I thought that the most that company is financed for was 24 months. So I was kind of surprised to figure out that they did that for 36 months. I don't think that was explained to me when I was signing originally, that it was for 36 months and not 24. But anyways, so in January, I was looking over my cell phone bill, and for most companies, my understanding is that they actually list the amount on your cell phone bill or in the app on how much you owe for that phone. Most carriers are going to lock the phone, and each carrier is a little bit different on how they lock the phone. You either have to have it on there for a certain amount of time, active on their service, or you have to have it paid off, or a combination of the two. For US Cellular, I can't remember exactly. I think the phone had to be active for 6 months, and then it had to be purchased and paid off, and then it took 72 hours to be unlocked. Now, my experience with the unlocking process was not very smooth because I purchased the phone, and then it wasn't unlocked automatically because I kept going to Visible's website to try to download the eSIM, and it kept telling me that my phone wasn't compatible. Which the only way that it would be incompatible as an iPhone 15 was if it was locked. So I contacted US Cellular's customer care, and I spoke to them, and they kind of had to do a manual unlock because it wasn't going through properly, so I had to get escalated. So the reason why it ended up being kind of a process for me to switch over to Visible wasn't necessarily Visible's fault. It was more so US Cellular. So I can't really blame them for the poor experience switching over to them. And you have to be careful when you're switching over to a different company, when you're switching your phone number, because I carried my phone number over from US Cellular as well. You have to remain active on that service if you plan on keeping your number up until when you transfer, because when you transfer, that's when your number and your service is canceled with that other company. So you have to keep your account open with that line active, and then when you give the new company your account information, like the account number and port out PIN, they cancel it for you as a part of transferring your number over. With US Cellular, I still got a final bill, even though I canceled, I think it was 1 or 2 days into my billing cycle, I got another full bill because apparently it's in their terms and conditions where if you cancel in the middle of a billing period, that they still bill you for the full amount. So I don't really understand how they get away with that, because most carriers, I think, just charge you for the service that you use for the billing period. But I got a final bill that was for $70, so it was kind of a ripoff. So I transferred my number over, and immediately I just got so much better service and experience. So I have the Visible Plus plan. I get priority data on that, and the difference between coverage here between having US Cellular and Visible is night and day. I get super quick download speeds. It's like half a gig. Just not even on my Wi-Fi, like in my apartment and at work. I get half a gig, and I'm in a brick building. It just feels like I'm on Wi-Fi all the time. I haven't done any traveling or anything outside of the Milwaukee area except for going over to Iowa to visit my family up there a couple of times, but I experienced no issues going up there. So my experience with them has been really good for service, and I would say it definitely does not feel like it's a $30 a month bill. It feels like it would be the same price that you would pay for if you were just like a straight up Verizon customer, because you basically are a straight up Verizon customer as a Visible customer, because they own Visible and you're getting premium priority data. So I kind of want to go over some of the plans right now, because one of them wasn't available actually when I switched over. The standard plan is the Visible plan. It's $25 per month. It's pretty much basic, as basic as you can get, but it's probably going to be enough data and enough to meet most people's needs. I chose to go with Visible Plus strictly because I live in a big city. I didn't want to get deprioritized on the towers if there was something going on. The basic plan is $25 per month. It's unlimited 5G, 4G LTE data. It does not have the ultra wideband, so keep that in mind. It's not the fastest speeds available. It's a 480p video quality when you're streaming, so that's also going to be potentially a downfall if you're somebody that likes to watch videos and stuff while you're on your data and not using Wi-Fi. And then it does not include any of the Global Pass days, if that is something that you are looking for, traveling internationally and stuff. You do get the unlimited talk and text to Mexico and Canada. You do not get the roaming, though. If you are in Mexico and Canada, you still have to pay for those international plans when you go to those countries for roaming. With the Visible Plus plan, you start to get some of the more premium features. So you get the unlimited 5G ultra wideband premium data, so you don't get deprioritized in congested areas or congested towers. 1 Global Pass day per month. You get unlimited talk, text, and data while roaming in Mexico and Canada. And then you get 1080p HD streaming when you're using your data for YouTube or just watching videos and stuff like that. The Visible Plus Pro plan, the main difference between this one is you get 2 Global Pass days per month. You can store 24 of those per year. You get 4K UHD video quality when you're streaming. The smartwatch plan is included with this, so that is going to be a factor if you have a smartwatch plan right now. That is included. For the other ones, Visible and the Visible Plus plan, you can add that as an add-on for $10 per month and connect your watch to your number, but for this one it's just included in that $45 per month. You also get 500 minutes per month calling to 85 plus countries. And then you get unlimited texting to 200 plus countries. All of these have the unlimited hotspot. It's just the speed of the hotspot that changes with each plan. So for the Visible plan, you get 5 megabytes per second. With the Visible Plus, you get 10 megabytes per second. And Visible Plus Pro, you get 15 megabytes per second. So that's kind of cool if you use your phone for giving Wi-Fi to like a tablet or just basic stuff. So let's talk the annual plans now, because these are where you start to get a little bit more of a discount. So for the Visible plan, it's $275. or $22.92 per month. For the Visible Plus plan, it's $375 or $31.25 per month. This one, you also get the 12 days of the Global Pass immediately. You don't have to wait for those to accrue every month. They're just available. For the Visible Plus Pro plan, you get that for $450 or $37.50 per month, and that comes with the 24 days of the Global Pass available immediately up front. There is a current promotion going on where you get 6 off 12. So right now, if you sign up with the 6 off 12 promotion, you get $6 off any of those plans for 12 months. So not the annual plans, but the monthly plans. So that makes the Visible plan $19 per month, the Visible Plus plan $29 per month, and the Visible Plus Pro plan $39 per month. It's cheaper to go with the monthly plans, except for the annual Visible Plus Pro plan. That one makes it a little bit cheaper by like $1.50 per month. That one you can actually combine with the referral code. So if you guys want to support this channel, I will put my referral code down in the description. The 6 off 12 will give you $6 off your first month, and then if you use my referral code, it will give you $26 off your second month, and then $6 off for the remaining 10 months. So you will save $92 for 12 months total. Kind of a cool little promotion that they got going on there if you want to save a little bit more money. So let's do a quick little speed test because I want to show you how quick the data is. Right now, I have 5G, and this is the iPhone 15. Okay. So right now it's getting about 315 megabytes per second download and 37.7 megabytes per second upload. So that's very fast. Earlier it was testing a little bit faster, but this is still very, very quick. That's going to be very good for basically anything that you would need that for, whether it be watching videos, gaming, streaming, stuff like that. I'll show you the app too. The app is very intuitive. Just like the basics on your account. So what's included. So for when I signed up for my Visible Plus account, it actually had the Apple Watch plan included. So I got grandfathered into having the Apple Watch plan included on mine, but I don't have an Apple Watch right now. I am actually thinking about getting the new Series 11 Apple Watch when it comes out in September, but stay tuned to see if that happens. So they have the referral program, which is kind of cool. So if you give $20, you get $20. So they have like that little program too, so you guys can use it too when you get signed up. They have another really cool program on here too, so if you lose your job or you're experiencing hardship, you can apply for their hardship program and you will actually not pay for 3 months of service. They will not require you to pay for 3 months while you're looking for a job or trying to get back on your feet, which I think is very, very cool. Not a lot of companies will support you during a layoff or anything like that. Another thing that they have is they have if you need a phone, they have an area where you can go and look at all the different phones that they have. They do actually have financing through a firm if you buy through Visible. They also have watches on there too. So in that aspect, you can actually kind of use it as a carrier. I mean, you can finance through a firm, which is a third party, so you're not locked into Visible still. So they won't be locked. You can still switch to any other company. On here, that my plan is $30 per month. So far this billing cycle, I have used 6.48 gigs of data, and then I can show you for my global pass, it shows you how many days that you have available. So I have 7 days in my bank right now. So if I go to one of the eligible countries, I can use 7 days of data at no cost. And then after those 7 days are up, it's $10 per day to get that international service in that country. Oh, and then it actually shows right here too. So for the smartwatch service, since I have it legacied in, it shows me on here that I do not have to pay if I get a smartwatch. But because I also signed up when I did, I don't have the 1080p HD video. I only have the 720p HD video on my plan. So I guess there was a trade-off with that new plan. So yeah, I would definitely look into it if that's something that you are considering, is, saving some money and getting off of those companies that require you to be on a contract, because why would you do that? If you can afford to not be in a contract, don't do it. Why would you finance and lock your phone to a company if you can do the opposite and still get the same service through a prepaid carrier? There's other carriers too, like US Mobile, that you can get priority data through T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon. I specifically went through Visible because they're just owned directly by Verizon. US Mobile just operates a little bit differently, and it's a little bit more confusing and not as user-friendly, but I have been curious to try them out too, so let me know if that's something that you want me to try out in the future. But yes, I definitely recommend Visible, especially if Verizon is reliable in your area and you are trying to save some money. Well, that is a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and listening to my review of Visible Wireless after 6 months of using it. Make sure that you hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Otherwise, just hit that subscribe button if you want to see any future content like this. This is my first video, so stay tuned to see what else I come up with. But yeah, you guys have a great day. Bye.